Merry Christmas. Oh, if you celebrate it, don't want to offend anyone. Take a little sip of coffee. Cheers. Good morning. The birds are chirping. Woohoo. Chirpy, chirpy. Okay, we're starting on the 7th chakra. Thought. Here comes Fat Boy. He likes to come down the hallway. Let's see if we're going to go to the park yet, which we're not yet. No, not yet. We have our little morning routine. We go to the park and we play ball. Here comes Sierra. We're not leaving yet, Cece. Yeah. Okay. Yes, you're loved. Yes, you're loved. Okay, get down. Okay. Chakra 7. Consciousness, thought, information, knowing, understanding, transcendence, eminence, and meditation. We're going to do our opening meditation for Chakra 7. You have gone on a journey. You have touched, you have tasted, you have seen, and you have heard. You have loved and lost and loved again. You have learned. You have grown. You have arrived at your destination intact. And now, at the end of the journey, you are almost home. There is but one step left, the biggest and the smallest of them all. It is the biggest, for it takes us the farthest. It is the smallest, because we are already there. There is one more door to open, and it contains the key to all that lies beyond. You hold that key, but you cannot see it. It is not a thing. It is not a way. It is a mystery. Allow yourself to review the places you have gone. Remembering the touch of flesh to earth, the flow of movement and power, the song of love in your heart, the memories imprinted in your mind. Who is it that remembers? Who has traveled on this journey? Is it your body? Then what has guided you? What is it that has grown? Through what have you traveled? Who now would hold the key that can't be seen? The key that cannot lock? The answer to this is the key itself. All wisdom is within you. Nothing is beyond you. The kingdom is before you, within you, around you. It is in your mind, which is but one mind in a sea of many, connected, contained, intelligent, divine. It is the seat of the gods, the pattern of creation, the immensity of the infinite, the endless unfolding petals of the lotus, fully blooming and connected all the way to earth. We find it in our thoughts, beyond form, beyond sound, beyond light, beyond space, beyond time. Our thoughts flow. below, behind, above, around, and through our thoughts flow. Within, without, before, and after, our thoughts flow. Droplets in an endless sea. The song of mind is infinite. We have come full circle, and the pattern is complete. We are the thoughts that make the pattern, and we are the pattern that make the thoughts. From whence do our thoughts arise? Where do they go when they rest? And who is it that perceives them? Deep within ourselves, all right, hold on. We find a place to open up our mind. Through starry heavens ever climbing, matter's solid threads unbinding. Out beyond far heaven's veil, the Father rules the starlit trail. In patterns bright, perceived by sight, our thoughts turn over day through night. Through our thinking, ever linking, winding, weaving wisdom's webs. Ancient patterns, flows and ebbs. Auspicious Shiva, Lord of sleep, your meditation bring us deep to ancient wisdom found within, a sacred place where we begin and ending. Here we shall return. Reconnected, we have learned to know divinity inside and bring it forth with honored pride. The key within our minds we hold, to mysteries we shall unfold. Gateway to the worlds beyond. In sacred space and peace we bond. Okay, chakra 7, symbols and correspondences. Can you please stop for a second? Fat boy, relax. Stop. You're going to get plenty of cuddles. Just hold on. Chakra 7, symbols and correspondences. The Sanskrit name is Sahasrara. Sahasrara. Okay, that's a nut. Meaning, thousandfold. Location, top of head. Element, thought. Manifestation, information. Personal function, understanding. Inner state, realization. Outer form, information, glands, pituitary. Other body parts, cerebral cortex, central nervous system. Malfunction, depression, alienation, confusion, boredom, apathy, inability to learn. Color, violet to white. Seed sound, there is none. Vowel sound, ng, as in again, not really a vowel. Petals, some say 960, some say 1,000. To the Hindus, numbers with ones and zeros, as in 100, 1,000, or 10,000, indicated infinity. Therefore, the 1,000 petal is a metaphor for infinity, whereas 960 is the mathematical equation of the first 5 chakras added together, 4 plus 6 plus 10 plus 12 plus 16, multiplied by the 2 petals of chakra 6 times 10. Sephiroth Kether, planet Uranus, metal gold, foods none, fasting. Corresponding verb, to know. Yoga path, Yanaya yoga or meditation. Herbs for incense, lotus and gotu kola. guna, sattvas, minerals, amethyst, and diamond. Lotus symbols. With Sahasrara is the full moon without the mark of the hair, resplendent as in a clear sky. It sheds its rays in profusion and is moist and cool like nectar. Inside it, constantly shining like lightning, is the triangle, and inside this again shines the great void, which is served in secret by all the suras. Some say the petals turn upward toward the heavens. Ancient texts say they turn downward, hugging the skull. Fat boy, stop! The petals are believed to be a lustrous white. Hindu deities Shiva, Amakala, Varuna. Other pantheons. Fat boy, stop. Zeus, Allah, Nut, Enki, Inanna, Odin, Mimir, and Inoya. The 1,000-petal lotus. The universe is just the way we think it is, and that's why. John Wood. I like that. The universe is just the way we think it is, and that's why. At last, we culminate the sevenfold journey, climbing to the 1,000-petal lotus, blooming at the top of the head. Here we find the infinitely profound seat of cosmic consciousness, known as the 7th or crown chakra. This chakra connects us to divine intelligence and the source of all manifestation. It is the means through which we reach understanding and find meaning. As the final goal of our liberating current, it is the place of ultimate liberation. Like a king whose crown signifies order in the kingdom, the crown chakra represents the ruling principle of life, the place where the underlying order and meaning of all things is ultimately perceived. It is the pervading consciousness that thinks, reasons, and gives form and focus to our activities. It is the true essence of being as the awareness that dwells within. In the unconscious, it is the wisdom of the body. In the conscious mind, it is the intellect and our belief systems. In the superconscious, it is awareness of the divine. In Sanskrit, the crown chakra is called Sahasrara, meaning 1,000-fold, referring to the infinite unfolding petals of the lotus. What brief glimpses I have been privileged to have of this chakra reveal a pattern of such magnitude, complexity, and beauty that it is almost overwhelming. Its petals bloom in fractal-like patterns upon patterns, infinitely embedded in each other, drooping down like a sunflower to drop the nectar of understanding into the awareness of being. Each perfect petal is a monad of intelligence, which together form the gestalt of an overarching divine intelligence. Sensitive, aware, responsive, and infinite. Its field is delicate. The slightest thought will ripple through the petals like wind in a field of grass. I can just imagine that. The shining jewels deep in the lotus shine forth only in a state of ultimate stillness. To witness this miracle is profound. When we reach this level, the seed of our soul has sprouted from its roots in the earth and grown upward through the elements of water, fire, air, sound, and light, and now to the source of all, consciousness itself, experienced through the element of thought. Each level brings us new degrees of freedom and awareness. Now the crown chakra blooms forth with infinite awareness. Its 1,000 petals, like antennae, reaching into higher dimensions. It is this chakra that yoga philosophy has deemed to be the seat of enlightenment. Its ultimate state of consciousness is beyond reason, beyond the senses, and beyond the limits of the world around us. Yoga practice advises withdrawing the senses in order to achieve the mental stillness necessary to perceive this ultimate state. Tantric philosophy, on the other hand, regards the senses as a gateway to awakening consciousness. Chakra theory tells us that it is both a stimulation of intelligence to give us information, and a withdrawal to the interior where information is sifted into ultimate knowledge. Our 1,000-petaled lotus must keep its roots in the earth to maintain its blossom. The element of this chakra is thought, a fundamentally distinct and unmeasurable entity that is the first and barest manifestation of the greater field of consciousness around us. Accordingly, the function of Sahasrara is knowing, just as other chakras are related to seeing, speaking, loving, doing, feeling, or having. It is through the crown chakra that we reach into the infinite body of information and run it through our other chakras to bring it to recognition and manifestation. The 7th chakra relates to what we experience as the mind, especially the awareness that makes use of the mind. The mind is a stage for the play of consciousness and can bring us comedy or tragedy, excitement or boredom. We are the privileged audience that gets to watch the play. Although sometimes we identify so completely with the characters on stage, with our thoughts, that we forget it is only a play. Through watching this play of thoughts, our mind assimilates experience into meaning and constructs our belief system. These beliefs are the master program from which we construct our reality. In this way, the crown chakra is the master chakra and relates to the master gland of the endocrine system, the pituitary. Physiologically, the crown chakra relates to the brain, especially the higher brain or cerebral cortex. Our amazing human brain contains some 13 billion interconnected nerve cells. Fat boy, leave your mom alone, please. I see you've chewed the sofa up. I wish you would stop doing that. Our amazing human brain contains some 13 billion interconnected nerve cells capable of making more connections among themselves than the number of stars in the entire universe. Our amazing human brain contains some 13 billion interconnected nerve cells capable of making more connections among themselves than the numbers of the stars in the entire universe. This is a remarkable statement. Yes, it is. Our brains, as instruments of awareness, are virtually limitless. Yet there are 100 million sensory receptors within the body and 10 trillion synapses in the nervous system, making the mind 100,000 times more sensitive to its internal environment than to its external one. So it is truly from a place within that we receive and assimilate most of our knowledge. I like that. I'm going to read that again. So let's see. Yet there are 100 million sensory receptors within the body and 10 trillion synapses in the nervous system, making the mind 100,000 times more sensitive to its internal environment than to its external one. So it is truly from a place within that we receive and assimilate most of our knowledge. From within, we access a dimension that has no locality in time and space. If we postulate that each chakra represents a dimension of smaller and faster vibration, we hypothetically reach a plane in the crown chakra where we have a wave of infinite speed and no wavelength, allowing it to be everywhere at once. In this way, ultimate states of consciousness are described as omnipresent. By reducing the world to a pattern system occupying no physical dimension, we have infinite storage capacity for its symbols. In other words, we carry the whole world inside our heads. The place within the seat of consciousness and the origin of our manifesting current. All acts of creation begin with conception. We must first conceive of an idea before we can enact it. This begins in the mind and then descends through the chakras into manifestation. Conception gives us the pattern, and manifestation fills it with substance, giving it form. Pattern implies order. To the Hindus, order is the underlying universal reality. Indeed, if we look at nature and the celestial universe, the apparent intelligence of its exquisite order is astonishing. Pattern relates to the word for father, pater. The father gives the seed, the DNA, the information or pattern which stimulates the creation of form. Conception begins with a pattern Conception begins when a pattern is adequately received. It is then that the maternal aspect that gives substance to the pattern, as well as half the DNA, mother from matter, as does the English word matter. To make something matter, it must materialize, manifest, be mothered. In this way, Shiva provides the form of pattern, while Shakti, as the mother of the universe, provides the raw energy that materializes the form. We may think that consciousness is invisible, but we only need to look around us at the structure of our cities, the furnishings in our houses, or the contents of our bookshelves, to see the incredible versatility of consciousness in its manifested form. If you want to know what consciousness looks like, our world, both natural and man-made, is its expression. Consciousness is the field of patterns from which manifestation emerges. What then is higher consciousness? Higher consciousness is the awareness of a higher or deeper order, one that is more inclusive. Higher consciousness is sometimes called cosmic consciousness and refers to awareness of a cosmic or celestial order. Where the lower chakras are full of millions of bits of information about the physical world and its cycles of cause and effect, cosmic consciousness reaches far into the galaxies and beyond, opening to the awareness of unifying truths. It is the perception of meta patterns, overarching organizational principles of our cosmic ordering system. From this place, we can descend again to lesser orders with an innate understanding of their structure and function as subsets of these meta patterns. As we at Sahasrara, we are furthest removed from the material world, and with it, the limitations of space and time. In this sense, the seventh chakra has the greatest versatility and can encompass the greatest scope of any of the chakras, hence its state of liberation. When within our thoughts, we can jump from ancient Stone Age to the visions of the future. We can imagine being in our backyard, or think of a distant galaxy, all in a mere instant. We can create, destroy, learn, and grow, all from a place existing within and requiring no movement or change without. Some say Sahasrara is the seat of the soul, an internal and dimensionless witness that stays with us throughout lifetimes. Others say it is the point through which the divine spark of Shiva enters the body and brings intelligence. It is the master processor of all awareness, the gateway to the worlds beyond and the worlds within, the dimensionless circumference that encompasses all that is. However we choose to describe it, we must remember that its scope is far greater than our words can convey. It can only be experienced. So tomorrow I will read about consciousness. Merry Christmas.